Hello, everybody. Welcome to KPIS Delhi's CARE Initiative, Current Affairs through Reverse Engineering. These are the articles that will be seen today. 90 years of Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI. So the context and the news snippet is given. Now we'll see some basics about RBI. RBI was established in the year 1935 on April 1st under the Reserve Bank of India Act of 1934. And second point, Hilton Young Commission was the Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance set up by the British government in the 1920s, and in the same committee in 1926 recommended the government to create a central bank. And you should also remember that initially it was set up as a private entity and was nationalized in the year 1949. All right. In the early years of RBI, Sir Arkell Smith headed it. That is, he was the first governor. Who was the first governor? Sir Arkell Smith. And subsequently, Sir C.D. Deshmukh was appointed as the first Indian governor of RBI. And who was his wife? This is just a tidbit. Who was his wife? Famous personality. She was Durgabai Deshmukh. C.D. Deshmukh's wife was Durgabai Deshmukh. Now, functions of RBI are very, very important. All right. What are the functions of RBI? It is the monetary authority, that is, it formulates, implements, and monitors the monetary policy. Second one, it is the regulator and supervisor of the financial system. That is, it prescribes broad parameters of banking operations within which country's banking and financial system should function. Okay. And it is also the manager of Forex, that is foreign exchange. And it manages the Foreign Exchange Management Act of 1999. It is also the issuer of currency. All right. And it also has a developmental role. That is, it performs a wide range of promotional functions to support national objectives. What is its sixth function? It acts as a regulator and supervisor of payment and settlement systems and settlement systems. It is a banker to the government. That is, it performs merchant banking function for the central and the state governments, and it also acts as their banker, and it is also a banker to the banks. Okay, because it maintains banking accounts of all the scheduled banks, right? So it is a banker to banks and it is also a banker to government. So these are some functions that you have to remember. And in the year 2016, the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 was amended to provide statutory basis for implementation of flexible inflation targeting framework. Now, what is this flexible inflation targeting? It is a monetary policy strategy that is implemented by RBI in order to maintain the price level within a certain range. Okay, that's why it is called flexible. So, these are some basics. Consider the following about with reference to RBI. Yeah, it is with reference to RBI. The Reserve Bank of India was established on April 1st, 1949. It is not 1949, it is 1935, and it was established according to RBI Act of 1934. Okay, so this is wrong. The statutory basis for the implementation of the flexible inflation targeting framework was provided by amendments to the RBI Act 2060. This is correct. We have just seen, right, what is flexible inflation targeting and all. This is correct. Which of the above statements are incorrect? First one is incorrect. So A is the answer. All right. Now, which one of the following activities of Reserve Bank of India is considered to be a part of sterilization? Now, in economy, what is sterilization? Sterilization is an action taken by the central government to counterbalance the effects of foreign exchange interventions on domestic money supply and inflation. Okay, it is done to neutralize the impact of inflows and outflows of foreign exchange reserves on the domestic monetary system. Are you getting my point? So that is sterilization. Now, what are they asking? Which of the following activities are considered to be a part of sterilization? What are open market operations? Open market operations are the purchase or sale of government securities by the central bank in an open market in order to regulate the money supply. For example, if RBI is buying government securities, so it is taking pieces of paper and it is giving what? Money. So, what is it indirectly doing? It is infusing money into the market. All right. So, it is injecting liquidity into the market. Now, when it is buying, this is the case. When RBI plans to sell these pieces of papers known as securities, what will it do? It will suck the money. That means it is absorbing the liquidity from the economy. All right. So, through OMOs, the RBI can either inject or drain liquidity from the banking system in order to maintain what? Price stability and promote economic growth. This is done to neutralize the inflationary or deflationary impact of foreign exchange interventions on domestic economy. So, A is the answer. All right. This tick is for the statement, the second statement, not C. A is the answer. Utkala Dibasa or Odisha Day. April 1st is celebrated as Odisha Day or Utkala Dibasa. On this day, in the year 1936, a separate Odisha state, Odisha was the previous name, now it is called Odisha. So, this Odisha was formed by taking provinces or areas from Bihar and Orissa province, okay, Madras presidency, and central provinces. So, areas from these were taken and formed into one state. Was this the only state which was formed before independence? No. In 1912, Bihar was formed. All right. And you should remember one thing, that Odisha was the first state to be formed on linguistic basis before independence. All right. Now, consider the following statements with reference to Odisha Day. On this day in 1936, a separate Odisha state, then Odisha, was carved out from the erstwhile Bihar and Bengal province only. No, because Madras presidency, central provinces were there, and Odisha province was also there. So this is wrong, because it's only. Here it's given only, na? So that's why it's wrong. Odisha is the only Indian state established before independence. This is also wrong. Why? Because in 1912, Bihar was established. Now the third one. This is the first state in the country which has been consciously created on linguistic basis before independence. This is true. Which of the above statements is are correct? It is C. Third statement is right. Now consider the following statements. Statement 1. 7th August is declared as National Handloom Day. This is correct. Statement 2. It was in 1905 that the Swadeshi movement was launched on the same day. Yes, because of this National Handloom Day was declared on 7th of August. And in the year 2023, the theme was Handlooms for Sustainable Fashion. All right. So both 1 and 2 are right, and statement 2 was the correct explanation of statement 1. All right. So this is the right answer. 125 years of Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. So, some basics about Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. It is also known as COSO. Okay. So, it is located in Kodaikanal, Tamil Nadu, and it was established in the year 1899. And it is one of the oldest solar observatories in the world and has been at the forefront of solar research for over 125 years. All right. Now, it is operated by Indian Institute of Astrophysics in Bengaluru. So, this is also one location that you have to remember. The foundation stone was laid in the year 1895 by Lord Wenlock. the then governor of Madras. And regular observations began in the year 1901 with Charles Smith serving as the first director of COSO. All right. This Charles Mikey Smith, he was a professor of physics at Madras Christian College and was tasked with identifying an ideal location for the observatory, which led to the selection of Kodaikanal in the Palani Hills, Palani Hills of Tamil Nadu. Okay, it's because of the professor the place was chosen. Okay, and the great drought of 1876 led to the establishment of the solar observatory. Why? Because this great drought actually triggered scanty rainfall over South India and had devastating consequences, leading to widespread famine and loss of millions of life. All right. So this catastrophic event, part of global phenomenon, underscored the need to understand the factors influencing weather and its patterns, including the solar activity. Therefore, this was established. Got my point? As one says, necessity is the mother of invention. Here, there was a necessity because of this famine, and hence it was established. You can quote this as an example in your means. Consider the following statements. Charles Mikey Smith selected Kodaikanal in the Palani Hills of Tamil Nadu for the observatory. Yes, this is right. In 1971, Kodaikanal Solar Observatory was brought under the Indian Institute of Astrophysics in Bengaluru. Yes, this is also correct. Both the statements are right. Now, if a major solar flare reaches the Earth, which of the following are the possible effects on the Earth? See, solar flare will affect the upper atmosphere of the Earth mainly. All right. So now we will see. GPS and navigation systems could fail. Yes, because they are associated with this one. Tsunamis could occur at equatorial regions. Why tsunamis will occur? Yeah. Tsunamis. What is a tsunami? See, it is a series of waves caused due to the earthquake or eruption of volcano below the water. Right. Now, how is this related to solar flares? This is wrong. Okay, so second statement is wrong, first statement is correct. So this is gone. C is the answer. Okay, Kachativu Island issue. Now, what is this Kachativu Island? Kachativu Island is a 285-acre uninhabited speck in the Park Strait between India and Sri Lanka. So there's Park Strait, right? So it is an uninhabited speck in the Park Strait between India and Sri Lanka. And it is an island located about 14 nautical miles off of Rameshwaram. Okay, from Rameshwaram, it is 14 nautical miles. Now, why is this issue again coming into picture? It's because Honorable Prime Minister has said that this island was given to Sri Lanka because of Congress party. All right, because of the opposition party, you can mention. Okay, now what is the history? Going back to the history, we will understand that this island was ceded by Indian administration under Prime Minister Indira Gandhi to Sri Lanka under Sirimavo administration in Sri Lanka in the year 1974 in an act of bilateral thing. Okay, so this happened in 1974, and in 1976 there was an agreement that was aiming at defining the maritime boundaries and exclusive economic zones of both the countries. Okay, while also imposing restrictions on fishing vessels and fishermen. Yeah, so basically there is issue with respect to fishing rights and the access it grants to fertile fishing grounds in the surrounding waters. All right. Consider the following statements with reference to Kachtivu Island. Kachtivu is an uninhabited speck in the Park Strait between India and Sri Lanka. This is correct. Which of the above statements is correct? First statement is right. That means B is gone. Now, in 1974, Prime Ministers Indira Gandhi of India and Sirima R.D. Bandaranike of Sri Lanka signed an agreement that recognized Kachtivu as part of Indian territory. It is not part of Indian territory, it is part of Sri Lanka. Alright, so second statement is wrong. Now third statement. The 1976 India-Sri Lanka Agreement was aimed at defining maritime boundaries and exclusive economic zones for both the countries. Yes, this is true. 1974 this happened, and 1976 this was there. Second statement is wrong. Only by second statement we can come to the conclusion that C is the answer, because A and D will be ruled out. But for information's sake, I read the third statement also. Now, elephant pass, sometimes seen in news, is mentioned in the context of affairs of which one of the following? It is Sri Lanka. So basically, there's a Jaffna territory and there is mainland Sri Lanka. There's a pass that connects both of these that is called the Elephant Pass. All right. Indian Americans are the least poor among Asian Americans. So, what is the context? A recent report by the Pew Research Center has revealed that Indian Americans have the lowest poverty, lowest poverty rate among Asian Americans in the United States. All right. The report says only 6% of the Indian Americans lived along or below poverty lines as of 2022. All right. So if you take the countries on a line, 6% of Indian Americans are poor. Okay. Then which countries, which Asian American country citizens are poor? One is Mongolia. Burmese is the highest with 19%. The other one is Hmong, 17%. Mongolian is 12%. All right. So this is a good news for Indian Americans. Not for Indian Americans, about Indian Americans. Consider the following statements with reference to recent report by Pew Research Center. According to the report, Indian Americans have the lowest poverty rate among Asian Americans in the United States. This is correct, right? According to the report, only 6% of Indian Americans lived along or below the poverty line as of 2022. Right, this is also correct. We've just seen. According to the report, the highest poverty rates were observed among Burmese, that is 19%, Hmong 17%, and Mongolian 16%. Right, so this is also correct. Which of the above statements these are correct? All the three statements are right. Now, in a given year in India, the official poverty lines are higher in some states than in others because poverty rates vary from state to state? No, it's because price levels vary from state to state. For example, in Delhi, if you have rupees 10, for suppose rupees 10, you can live the whole month. Okay, but whereas in Bihar, if you have rupees 3, you can live the whole month. All right, that means Delhi has higher standard of a higher cost of living when compared to Bihar. Okay, and in Delhi, even if a person is, say, even if the poverty line is at rupees 9, that fellow will be poor. Okay, but in Bihar, if the poverty line is at rupees 2, he will be poor. If it is at rupees 9, what will happen? He'll be above poverty line. Okay, so some states will have higher poverty line at rupees 9 than when compared to other states at rupees 2, because the price levels vary from state to state. Got my point? DRC appoints its first ever female PM as violence surges in countries east. What is DRC? Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, who is its first ever female prime minister? It is Judith Suminwa Tuluka. Okay, so she was the former planning minister, and now she will step into the role of prime minister. All right. See, why is there violence? Because the conflict in the east has resulted in the displacement of more than 7 million people, making it one of the world's worst humanitarian crises, east as in this country's east. And the government said, UN peacekeepers and regional peacekeepers, you please get out of our country because you failed to resolve the conflict. There's no use. So you please get out of our country. So UN peacekeeping forces are no more in that country. I mean, they're moving out. And you should also know about M23. This is not a missile, it is a rebel group. M23 is a prominent rebel group that has made significant territorial gains in the eastern region of Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, and the president has accused a neighboring Rwanda of providing military support to these rebels. So this is about the issue. Now coming to some basics about Democratic Republic of Congo. By land area, DRC is the second largest country in Africa. Now, what is the first largest country in Africa? It is Algeria. All right. And what is the capital of Democratic Republic of Congo? Kinshasa. And what is the official language of Congo? It is French. All right. And yesterday we have seen, yesterday's scare video, we have seen about two places. What are those? Those are Ituri and North Kivu. They are associated with Democratic Republic of Congo and the ongoing violence. It was given in 2023 paper. And coming to the countries that are surrounding Democratic Republic of Congo, suppose DRC is here. What are the countries? Is DRC a landlocked country? Most of you would think so, but it has around 37 kilometers of coastline to the Atlantic Sea. All right. What are the countries surrounding DRC? South Sudan here. You have Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Zambia, Angola. Then here you will have Republic of Congo, and Central African Republic. All right. These are some basics that you have to remember. Consider the following statements with regards to Democratic Republic of Congo. Judith Suminwa Tuluka has been appointed as the first female Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes, this is right. DRC is the largest country in Africa. No, it is the second largest. First largest is Algeria. So this one is wrong. Which of the statements given above is correct? First statement is right. Okay. Now, in recent years, Chad, Guinea, Mali, and Sudan caught international attention. For which one of the following reasons common to all of them? Discovery of rich deposits of rare earth metals, establishment of Chinese military bases, southward expansion of Sahara Desert, successful coup. It was because all of them had successful coups. Now, what is a coup? It is a sudden, violent, and unlawful seizure of power from a government. Okay. This is it for today. All the best.